and welcome. Today, we let contractors have their say about their role in the building process. That's an interview that you do not want to miss coming later. But first, our property of the week is Lulu Gardens. These are 3-bedroom units which are located just off the Eastern Bypass and 2 kilometers from Ruiru town. Let's see what 15 million shillings gets you. The obscure reflective glass and steel front embraces natural light and transforms the entryway into a vision of beauty without compromise. It's an excellent choice for privacy. The guest cloakroom is located on the right. Neatly polished ceramic tiles interlace into the spacious living area. Rods have been provided so you can hang either drapes or shears. The ornamental functional fireplace, done in clay bricks, is the focal point of the room, adding both beauty and value. In the dining area, the wide windows allow for ample natural light. Cabinets that can be opened from either side of the room are above the pass-through window. Unlike many developments, the kitchen walls are completely covered with beautiful ceramic tiles that warm up the room. Soft touch drawers, pull-out cabinets and granite countertops complete the picture. There is provision for a 4 or 6 burner cooker with a ventilation hood already in place. Adjacent to the kitchen is the pantry area with permanent shelves providing extra storage space. The guest bedroom features sliding wardrobes that don't extend out into the bedroom when opened and consequently make it possible to access more of your wardrobe all at once. All bedrooms are en suite. The second bedroom is similar to the first one with sliding MDF wardrobes and full-length mirrors. Gypsum acoustic ceiling boards have been used upstairs. They are lightweight, sound-absorbing, fireproof and moisture-resistant. The master bedroom exhibits style and spaciousness with inbuilt dressers complete with shoe racks. There is a separate dressing area with shelves to store cosmetics and multiple accessories. The bathroom is beautifully designed with a fixed rain shower that has a pressurized water system and a handheld shower. A corridor leads to the spacious balcony that gives you exceptional views of the estate and the surrounding residential neighborhood. The domestic servants' quarter is en suite with a separate toilet and bathroom. Kitchen area and wardrobe space. The back porch has sockets for the washing machine and for ironing. The laundry area is enhanced by beautiful ceramic tiles and there is enough space out back for storage. Water is supplied by Nairobi City Water and Sewerage Company. Each unit has its own 2,500-litre water reserve tank and backup water is from the on-site borehole. Landscaping has been done by the developer. The parking space is big enough to fit 3 cars and energy saving is evident as solar water heating supplies the whole house with a constant supply of hot water. This 3-bedroom unit has a floor area measuring 160 square meters. Lulu Gardens has a total of 22 units, each standing on 1/8 of an acre. Completion is scheduled for April 2015. The house is 15 million shillings, and if you want it for commercial purposes, you'll collect a monthly rent of 50,000 shillings. Located a stone's throw away from Thika Superhighway, 2 kilometers from Ruiru Town, 20 kilometers from Nairobi CBD, and 27 kilometers from JKIA, Lulu Gardens is right off the Eastern Bypass opposite Shell Petrol Station. It's a prime gated community that has close proximity to social and economic amenities, including a police station, schools, Kenyatta University, hotels, and other recreational areas. The story of Easter is profound, one full of sacrifice that culminates in a major victory for good over evil. It is important that these teachings be reflected upon by your entire household, and today we will show you a few tokens to make that can help with that.
What we're doing here today is preparing Easter eggs, which is basically decorating boiled eggs. So what you need for the exercise is some eggs, and if you can, try and look for the ones that are light colored, not the ones that are very brown. These are the ones that people call kienyeji eggs, so they would be lighter in color. And then you need food color of different colors. You will need a crayon, preferably a white one, to just draw whatever decorations you want to on the boiled eggs, and then white vinegar, which helps the color stick onto the eggshell. So, and then you need obviously some bowls for you to mix the different colors. Okay, so I have here some water in a saucepan. I'm just gonna bring it to boil, or rather switch on the water and then put in the eggs so that they can boil. There's no science to it. We just want them to boil as they would any other day, so 10 minutes and then they'll be ready.
You can easily create these eggs before breakfast, and this is also a good time to sing your favorite Easter songs.
We're putting a tablespoon of the vinegar in all of the colors. Again, I said this vinegar helps the color to stick onto the egg. So this is my green solution. You can see it's already started turning green. There's our purple, which looks bluish in the beginning, but it will be purple. And then this one will go into the blue. At the same time, our water has boiled, which is perfect, and we'll just take out the eggs. We don't want them to cool too much, so we put them in a bowl of cold water just to allow them to cool, which will then help us with decorating them. Specifically chose a white crayon because we don't want the color of the crayon to interfere with our design.
With just a little creativity, these symbols can be the very things that make the holiday full and rich with spiritual meaning. In addition to the patterns, why not also write words that describe the attributes of Easter while explaining the meaning of each? Words such as love, forgiveness, and salvation.
We'll put hot water into our color mixture. Just keep doing this until you have the color as rich as you would like it on a plate. And you can garnish them whichever way you choose as you place them on the breakfast table. So once you're ready to have breakfast, just go ahead and break them as in the usual way. And you'll see that the eggshells are really pretty, so you don't have to throw them. You can put them out in the sun to dry, cut them into tiny pieces and use them to do a different craft. An egg mosaic, it can be a picture frame or a picture of something, or maybe something that still depicts the Easter season so that you'll remember the Easter season all year round.
Don't worry if the food coloring touches the inside of your egg after you've peeled it. This is a safe ingredient that is used to cook numerous foods like cakes and biryani. There are other fun symbols that you can easily create together.
I'm showing you how to make greeting cards for the Easter holiday. We've shown you 3 different variations. All you will need is materials that are easily available. You need manila paper that is luminous colored or any other color of your choice. You need a glue stick, scissors. You can take the serrated type or the straight type, and then anything else that you would like to make your, to bedazzle your card. For this first card, we just simply drew a cross on it, and then we used crepe paper to decorate the cross. Crepe paper is available in any supermarket. All you do, it's the kind that we used to make Christmas decorations, homemade Christmas or wedding decorations in the old times. So all you do is cut it into small pieces, and then take a piece of paper and just crumple it into a tiny little ball, apply glue on it, stick it until your cross is completely full. And then with a different colored piece of paper, you can choose to draw something else. In our case, we chose to draw a flower, so we just used 2 different layers of paper, different colors, to come up with a flower and the greeting.
Deliver these homemade cards to your neighbors. This is a token of friendship and faith that stands out because people rarely send Easter cards.
If you look, we've created a bulletin board that gives a message of the season, and it's a very easy thing to do. We'll use exactly the same materials we used for the cards. Just take a plain paper, and then wrapping paper, which we will use to make the border. You just cut it out using either your straight scissors or your serrated scissors and have it go all the way around on the manila paper. Stick it on with glue, and then with a different color of manila paper, you can cut out strips that you can then work into any design. In our case, we have made a flower just by folding up the manila pieces and then using a green piece to signify the stem. So flowers are a sign of spring, new life, which is, which resonates with Easter.
Use this bulletin board to provide a visual focus of the Easter story. For instance, make shapes of a cross and angels. Secure them using fridge magnets, magnetic tape, or masking tape that is easy to remove. So, if you are looking for ways to make your family understand the true significance of Easter, try these fun, affordable, do-it-yourself activities. Keep it here, because coming up after the break is an insightful look into the role of contractors in construction. Welcome back. With the current construction boom in Kenya, it is necessary more than ever before to rein in errant contractors and only use those whose building ethics will ensure that your building will not collapse like those which we have unfortunately been witnessing. Today, we are joined by Eunice Muhuri. She is the CEO and founder of Unitech Engineering. Welcome.
Thank you, Janet.
So kindly take us through the role of a contractor in the building process.
The contractor is the one who implements what others have drawn or designed.
All right.
The contractor can either make or break the project, because what he comes up with on the ground is what will reflect what was designed.
And what are the advantages of using a qualified contractor in building?
The advantages are many, because this is the person who will ensure that you're using the proper materials. You ensure that the quality of the work is good. You don't have crooked walls. You don't have things that are not pram. And you have things done the right way. Yeah, and the right people working on the ground.
Do contractors source and supervise the casual laborers who actually do the building?
Yes, in a normal contract. And when I say in a normal contract, it's because there are people who choose just to do their own supervision, and so they hire fundis and work with them. But in a proper contract, the way it should be, the contractor is in charge of sourcing the labor, sourcing the materials, supervising them, and like I said, making sure that things are done the proper way.
So the contractor hires the foreman,
Yeah.
who in turn supervises the casual laborers.
Yes.
Now, how much do you charge for your services?
Not every project is like the other. So there is no fixed charge as to how much a contractor charges for a project. It depends on the nature of the project, depends on the type of work involved, also depends on the size of the project. But however, there are guidelines. Like the market rates will always guide how much you are charging. If, like, say you are tendering, there are rates you cannot just put in a tender simply because you are tendering. Either you can put rates that are too low or too high, then you are disqualified. And there are also guidelines like the ones guided by the quantities affairs bodies, yes, and people like the joint bodies like the Joint Building Council, who are always keeping track of the market and so publishing the current market rates every now and then.
Currently, what's the market rate for an individual home and a commercial building, for instance?
For a reasonable home, like I said, you between 30,000 to 35,000 per square meter, you have something nice. For a commercial building, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, a normal one, you may end up with the same amount or even slightly less, because commercial buildings sometimes are not as involving as homes or flats. Yeah, you may have like shared ablutions and all that, so you have reduced costs. Yeah, but again, when you bring in the factor of something like basements, maybe you have to go down for several floors, and then the cost becomes high.
Since you're the one who sources all the materials, should I, as the homeowner or the developer, pay you 100% upfront, or how should I pay you?
Definitely not. You cannot pay me 100% in advance, because, okay, the norm has been that the contractor moves to site, starts the work, and the work is valued at various stages of the completed work. Then you pay for work done.
What about with the sourcing materials? Because you have to buy the materials.
You expect that when you hire a contractor, the contractor has capability to source the materials, start the work, and then get paid for work done at some stages. However, with arrangement and the agreement between the developer and the contractor, you may give the contractor some what we call mobilization fee, yeah, okay, which is just a small percentage just to kickstart him.
Building collapses in Kenya date back to 2006. Contractors have been blamed primarily for producing buildings using substandard materials and steel that is not up to par, hence the weak structure of the building. What's your opinion on this?
I strongly say that the contractor should not be blamed until you establish that a qualified contractor was used in that building. Then you cannot say it is the contractor, because you find that some developers use quacks, or they just use fundis or foremen they corrected from nowhere. Now I can build, so they give them the work. They are not supervising them. There is no, maybe they are not even hiring the services of an engineer or the services of a qualified person to come and supervise them. And they leave those people to work on their own. So when they do substandard work, you cannot conclude that every building that collapses is the fault of the contractor. Even developers should be questioned, and any other parties that are involved.
Actually, architects and engineers have also been blamed for not verifying the quality of the work done. So should they be on the ground as the building goes up to verify that the contractor is on the right track?
That's the proper way. The architects and the structural engineers especially should be on the ground, or should have a representative on the ground.
Every day?
Or not every day, not necessarily every day, but they should monitor the work. However, you find that like some developers will only use the architects and the engineers during the design stage. And then when they start work on the ground, they sideline them. They don't want to involve them. So what you have is unsupervised work on the ground. In fact, if I was to be asked, I would say that the professionals, the architects and the structural engineers and any other engineers like the services ones, they should refuse for anyone, any developer, to use their drawings or implement their designs without them being in touch with it. I think that will help a long way. You can have someone we call the clerk of works.
Yes.
The clerk of works on the ground is the eyes of the consultants. When they are not there, he is the one who will check to ensure that, meaning that that clerk of works has to be a technical person and must be conversant with what is going on, must be technically capable of saying, no, you have been told to use this till now, you are misinterpreting the drawing, and is able even to consult with the professionals, the engineers, the architects, yes, even in their absence.
Say my property was damaged or unfortunately I got injured during one of these building collapses. What steps should I take to seek redress if it was the contractor's fault? Where should I start?
If you did not use a qualified contractor and you did not have a proper contract, then you bear your losses. Because in a good contract where everything is done the right way, and like you enter into a contract with you have hired a qualified contractor, yes, you enter into the proper contract, building contract, and you have all the papers done properly, the contractor it's a requirement for the contractor in the contract to give insurances, to take insurances for the ongoing works. Mm-hmm. So anything happening, then that way you can run to the insurance for compensation.
You've said ongoing works. What if the building stands for a year and then it collapses?
If it stands for a year and then it collapses, we expect that after the contractor has moved from site, yes, then you take over, yes, and insure your building. If maybe you find that it is the contractor's should work then there you have a case. Okay. But if it collapsed because of maybe something else beyond, then if you have not insured your building, you are in trouble.
This is a very intriguing interview. There are so many more questions to be answered, and so we will bring you part 2 of this discussion with Eunice Muhuri next week. Let's get into our property tidbit of the day. This apartment is located along Lumumba Road in Majengo, Kingorani, opposite Pwani Diesel Craft Limited. There is 24-hour security at the gate and backup water is readily available from the on-site borehole. There are 8 units in total and each unit gets 2 parking slots. The monthly rent is 22,000 shillings. Located off the Southern Bypass with easy access to Karen, Mombasa Road and Gong Road, this apartment is master en suite. It has a reliable supply of water and adequate parking space. The apartment is in close proximity to socio-economic amenities such as schools, hospitals, churches and supermarkets. The monthly rent is 20,000 shillings. Located along Savannah Road, just off Outer Ring Road in Donholm, Greenspan Estate is ideal for families. Public amenities within the estate include a shopping mall, nursery school and fitness center. There are 2 parking slots per unit. The monthly rent is 35,000 shillings. We welcome your feedback on our Facebook and Twitter pages at Nsoko Property Show. Tell us which other topics you would like us to discuss. Until next week, do enjoy the rest of your viewing.